Guys, I cannot believe that we got 3 more new cards. That is insane. But we're here. We're doing it once again, SWOT analysis style, breaking it down because once again, of course, we are talking Disney Lorcana trading card game, brand new cards. Let's break them down. Let's get through this. Quick reminder for everyone, we are using the SWOT analysis overview, strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. That's what we're breaking down on these cards. That's how we're going to be doing all of our card breakdowns moving forward. But wanted to give you the quick rundown again, of course. What is the SWOT analysis for today's cards? It is strength, what a deck or card excels at, and what separates it from its competition. Of course, its weakness is what prevents a deck or card from performing at optimum level. The opportunity is a favorable external factors that give a deck or a card a competitive advantage, and threats are external factors that have potential to harm the effectiveness of a card or deck. So that's what we're going off of. That's what we're basing our SWOT analysis off of today. So let's get into it. Let's take a look. We're going to go full screen for the Archimedes, which is the highly educated owl. What is this highly educated owl? Is he good? Is he bad? Let's break him down. His strength is he costs 1, he is inkable, and he can assist in card draw ink for an early game trades and always a walking fire the cannon. So at the end of the day, for the more control or mid-range base amethyst things, I think it's gonna be really, really powerful. Now, the weakness is a bit of a struggle here because obviously, it's typical 1 cost with no ability, and the stats are pretty much even. So, is what it is. It's nothing special is really what I'm trying to get at here. So the opportunity here is that it currently fits well with Ruby and Sapphire, who were hunting when paired with Amethyst for control shells. So this is a nice little 1-cost card that you might want to play over a Maleficent, biding our time, just because you want the 2/2 stats to trade more favorable with more things and kind of live to tell the tale at the cost of that 1 lore. That might kind of the general census. So the threats is it's quickly outcast by most 2-cost plays and challenges. So again, it's good for being a solid inkable 1-drop, which really Amethyst was somewhat struggling because you don't, of course, want to ever ink your Pascals or anything like that. But neither here nor there. Let's move on to our second card. This is a big one because just follow old Rafiki. He knows the way. Trust me. The Mysterious Sage is a 3-cost uninkable 3 strength, 3 willpower with rush and 1 lore. So this card is is really good. Like really, really good. For Fiki for 3, Jafar for 4. Amethyst is looking more and more solid every single day, but let's break it into it. Let's discuss, the strength and weaknesses here. So the strength is rush. No, I'm just kidding. There should be an exclamation point there. Trades with most 2-drops immediately on turn 3 and can challenge again. Rush on any character is good. On a 3-drop, it turns the early game back in your favor. It makes potentially cards like Cruella de Vil just almost unplayable. So we'll see how that really goes. But it also trades with Hercules on curve and plenty of other things that just are meant to slow you down, or they're meant to outclass you and get ahead. Rafiki's just going to trade with all of those things. It's also going to trade with a lot of 3-drops, but not any of the other ones that we'll get into in a second here. Of course, the weakness is that it can't be used as an ink. So it is another card that you have to be weary of, that you're not going to be able to ink. And at some point soon, we're going to start covering the resource management because it's getting a little out of hand with uninkable cards. And we're going to have to really discuss on which cards are going to see play and what type of shells. The opportunity of this card is it's amazing in control shells, Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, to control the early game, to set you up for the big mid game, which all of those things do incredibly well with. And of course, the threats to this card are any of the 3-drop 3/4s. They're powerful and popular. So while you gain advantage swinging down, you may not trade very well going up. And that is a notable thing, of course. So everything that's bad about this card is just probably outclassed by how good it is, because we've really been looking for cards that are giving control and mid-range the ability to fight back and turn a game around, and Rafiki does all of that, and that's really, really important. So definitely very, very, very excited for that. Let's get into the last and final new card. We'll bring it up here. It is the Beast Wolfsbane. For all of my Marvel Snap fans out there, I'm a big Wolfbane fan, so cool to see that name here. I really need to touch on the art here for a moment. It's really cool how they used like the yellowish shell to basically represent blood, because they didn't want blood on the card or anything like that. They didn't want to get too gory, but it's a beautiful art. This is a legendary card. So this is the first legendary card we are seeing for Emerald. It is a 5-cost uninkable card, 4 strength, 4 willpower. It has rush, and its ability is called Roar. And what that ability does is when you play this character, exert all opposing damage characters. So let's talk for one moment. In the game, there isn't a lot. I wouldn't say that there's a lot of left around damage cards. So that makes his ability interesting. It makes me wonder how many more type of direct damage spells or direct damage songs or actions that we're going to end up getting to make Beast a little more favorable. But it's just this overall ability to like tap things that can be very powerful. You know, like getting this ability to like take away a protected card from someone, even with like a simple fire the cannons currently in like a steel emerald build. It's definitely creating different choices and decision points for opponents now that have to like potentially respect Beast. Again, this is uninkable. We'll get into that in a moment, but just wanted to kind of bring into that like this unique ability could again kind of turn the tables on certain levels of gameplay. So let's get into our strength here. Our strength is rush, 2 lore, ability to deal with a deck that turtles up, gives a beefy mid-game boards the ability to stay ahead. Being a prince may matter, so that is important. We do assume that there is potential for princes to have a specific card or maybe an item or some type of interaction with the effect of prince, much like how Moana is affecting princesses. So could be important. Weaknesses: cannot be used as an ink and slightly understated for cost. Though the abilities and rush help it, and it is legendary, it is still slightly under the curve. The opportunity is currently to combine with steel to damage opposing ready characters, just played characters with damaged abilities like fire the cannons or smash, and finish them off with your low cost challengers. Enables the trade up strategy that Steel is already very good at with all of their challenger abilities. And of course, our threats is if more vanilla 5-costs like Jumba are the norm, he will trade down with rush, and that may not trade favorably on curve. So that could be a problem too. You know, there was cards yesterday that were revealed that cost more than him, that have less strength and the same willpower, so it's good because it can trade into those cards. But straight up for up, I think this card is going to be more about the tricks than the straight up ability. So we'll have to see how good Roar is. We'll have to see how many good in general burn spells or burn actions that we get. And what I mean by burn is direct damage. So anything like that, we have to see kind of how it goes and kind of how the game continues to accelerate. Really, really pumped that we spent 2 days here getting brand new cards. Super fun, super awesome. Hopefully that we keep getting these things. We're 48 days or so from Gen Con, so the more cards we get, the more fun it could be, and the more breakdowns like we're going to do for this. So of course, if you enjoyed this one, you can check out my last one right here that I did for the cards that were released earlier in the week. And as always, if you made it this far and you got some knowledge out of this, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and I will catch you guys in the next video. See ya.